Have you ever had one of those beautiful dreams? So beautiful that you feel very sad when you wake up? That's exactly how you're gonna feel when you finish Max Mustard on PSVR2. When Team SOB announced a couple of months ago that the PS5 Astro Bot game is not PSVR2 compatible, the entire VR community was feeling super down. And I remember telling you guys back then that Astro Bot is not the be-all end-all. There's a new promising platformer on the horizon called Max Mustard by developer Toast Interactive, and it might very well scratch that Astro Bot itch. Fast forward to September 30th, now that we're just 2 days away from the launch of Max Mustard, and after having spent the last couple of days having a blast with the game, I can confidently say that I was right. Max Mustard on PSVR2 will definitely scratch your Astro Bot itch. But let's talk first about the great visual presentation of the game, since that's the first thing that will catch your eyes. The resolution is through the roof here, the textures are super high quality, the environments are very detailed, you can see everything even in the far distance, water looks mesmerizing, fire looks amazing, colors are very vibrant thanks to the OLED display. It's a very bright game, so I definitely recommend lowering the brightness of the headset to 70% or 80%, and even then you can still see that HDR effect. All levels look gorgeous, the art style is great, well except for one enemy type that just looks off to me. Max looks very cute, her hair movement is off though, but apparently hair is pretty difficult to master in video games, so I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. Oh, and by the way, did you know that when you wave at Max, she actually waves back? That is adorable. Seriously, whoever thought of that at Toast Interactive is a genius, and totally deserves a raise. During my time with the game, I did not notice any aliasing, any shimmering or any Mura, so overall no complaints in the graphics department. The game just looks stunning from start to finish. It's one of those games that whenever you look at it, you just feel that you want to keep playing. Not only does Max Mustard look great on PSVR2, but it also runs great as well. The game uses eye-track dynamic foveated rendering to deliver a silky smooth 90 FPS experience with no reprojection. However, I should mention that I did encounter some frame drops in a certain location of one specific level in Arc 4, but that's about it. Anywhere else it runs flawlessly. Of course, one cannot talk about Max Mustard without complimenting its level design, which is incredible to say the least. This is a game you'll never grow tired of thanks to the huge variety and level design. I mean, the game has 40 handcrafted levels, so yeah, variety is not an issue here. The game always stays fresh and it never feels boring. The gameplay of Max Mustard is on the same level as the best of the best in this genre. It's what you would expect from a high-quality VR platformer. Running, jumping, spinning, flying. Yes, you can fly in Max Mustard if you find the right boots, which feels like a cheat code basically, but I can't lie, it's really fun. What I'm trying to say is, every game mechanic that you would expect from platformers, you will find it in Max Mustard, and they're all on point. Animations are great, the game is very responsive, sometimes it gives you a couple of cool weapons that you, as Max's navigator, can use in first person to give Max a hand. Haptic feedback is amazing, you can feel almost everything that's happening in the game, jumping, dashing, kicking enemies, etc. Everything has a certain feel to it, and this adds so much to the immersion. Small nitpick however, you can't feel the floor unlike in the flat Astro Bot games, so maybe this is something they can work on for their future titles. The headset feedback is well implemented as well, and the adaptive triggers implementation is on point. It's on the subtle side, but you can definitely feel it, and it makes a difference. The game has a ton of replayability value, either to free all mud pups, collect more coins to get new upgrades, or for trophies or simply for fun. Personally, I already know I'm gonna be jumping back from time to time to Max Mustard, simply because the platforming here is so damn good. And speaking of mud pups, the game's main objective is to free them all from the cages, or at least most of them, and if you don't free them all at the end of each level, let's say you leave one behind, Notice how its mom will keep looking right and left searching for it. It breaks my heart every single time. So make sure you do your best to reunite every mother with her child. The sound design is awesome and the audio overall will help get you in the mood. There is that ugly enemy, however, that I told you about earlier. Well, it turns out that not only does it look bad, but it also sounds bad. I don't know what is it about this thing that I find very off-putting. But other than that, I think Toast Interactive did a good job with the audio, especially with Max's official soundtrack. The game's difficulty is average. It starts off very easy and gets a little more challenging the more you progress, but it never really gets challenging, so to those of you who are looking for a challenging platformer, this might disappoint you a little bit. You should also know that there are no difficulty options, no options at all really except for vibration and sound. Of course you can play this game standing, but come on, we're talking about a platformer here. Obviously it's meant to be played seated, so do yourself a favor, sit back, relax, and enjoy the amazing atmosphere of Max Mustard. Okay, so I think I covered everything that you need to know about Max Mustard, except for one little thing, which is the game length. For me it was around 4 hours and the game has 4 arcs, so let's say 1 hour per arc, and since we're talking about arcs, at the end of each one there is a boss fight, so that makes it 4 boss fights total. And they're cool, I guess. I mean, the game was originally designed for Quest 2, so don't expect anything spectacular in terms of boss fights. But still, the ones on offer here are decent enough. Anyways, getting back to the game length topic, like I said, it took me around 4 hours to beat the game, but I should mention that I wasn't trying to free all mod pops or anything like that, so if you're a completionist, I think it will take you around 5 to 6 hours max to fully complete the game. So to sum up, Toast Interactive did a phenomenal job importing Max Mustard to PSVR2. They took advantage of all the bells and whistles of the hardware to deliver the best version of their game yet, and the best PSVR2 platformer out there in my opinion. Make no mistake, this is a must-buy for all PSVR2 owners. It will put a smile on your face from start to finish, it will make you feel like a kid again, and just like what Mark Cerny said when he tried Astro Bot on PS5, I'm gonna say the exact same thing here about Max Mustard. This is a video game. It's a game that I recommend to anyone, even if they're not a huge fan of the genre. It's so good that I feel confident in saying that everyone is gonna love it. And the only real bad thing about it is that it ends. For $29.99 US, you will be getting your money's worth and then some. And that's gonna have to do it for this review. I'm gonna leave you now guys with some raw gameplay of an early level, so don't worry, there will be no spoilers. Although I'm not so sure how can you spoil a platformer, but anyways, before doing so, I'm gonna ask you guys to do me a favor and hit that subscribe button for me. Also, hit that like button and turn on the notifications as well. Thank you guys for watching and for all of your support, and I hope you enjoyed this gameplay.